Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you another micro app that I created using a large language model. For my web apps, I typically use Gemini, ChatGPT, DeepSeek, and Canva. I do tend to get the best results with Gemini and Canva. Canva more so because of the aesthetics and how it looks. For web apps that are more technical, I tend to lean towards Gemini. And what I have done sometimes is I would actually start the process in Canva and pull the code into Gemini and work on the technical details. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you this web app. This is something that you can use to convert time zones. And I got this idea from wanting to schedule a meeting. I wanted to know the difference between the time zone because I currently live in Spain and I wanted to know the time in a different city. And normally when I need to do this, I usually go online and Google what's the time between this city and this city. And of course, there are many programs that you can use. So here's the one that I normally use. If you Google time conversion, this usually pops up close to the top in Google. I mean, it's fine, right? It does what it says it's supposed to do. You add your city and it shows you the time. But I wanted to see if I could create mine, something simpler that's always available when I need it. So that's how I got here. What I did was created a prompt and I put it in different large language models and I ended up with two versions that I liked the most. This one I created in Gemini and this one I created using Claude. Now, the one for Claude is a tiny little bit incomplete because I ran out of prompts in Claude because I don't have a paid version. I do have a paid version of Gemini, so I have a lot more opportunities to refine it and make changes as needed. Given the fact that I only had a few prompts for Claude, this looks really good. Later on, when I have more prompts, I can go back and make the necessary changes. All right, so I'll quickly show you how it works and then I will show you the prompt I used so you can go ahead and create yours if you want. As usual, the link to the prompt will be available in the description box. Also, I will link this app in the description box just in case you want to test it out and see if it works. All right, so it's pretty straightforward, right? You type your city, you type the date and time, type your destination city. And there are a few options you can toggle on and off here and it displays this. I added an additional button here just in case you wanted to share this with somebody else. And I added this theme changes so you can switch to dark mode if you prefer that or the other colors that are available. Let's replace the cities with something else. The United States, New York. And for destination cities, I'm going to select Tokyo, Japan. I'm going to leave this toggled on. If I want to see multiple cities, I can toggle this on. And I'm going to do that and add one more city. All right, so here's what it looks like. I have New York, which is the origin city. For a meeting in New York City, that's at 11:14 a.m. It will be 12:14 the next day in Tokyo. And for London, it would be at 3:14 p.m. in the same day. And you can easily see at a glance if the time and date works for you or it doesn't. So very straightforward. And of course, if you want to, you can export it as a PNG, download it and share it to whomever you want to share it with. Here's the other one. It works pretty similar. You type in your city, type in your destination city, your date and your time, and it shows you the results right here. So 9 a.m. Madrid would be 5 p.m. in Tokyo. Here we have the 24-hour view if you wanted to see what that looked like. It's missing the details for the second city, and that's because I ran out of prompts. So I'm going to go back and reprompt it to make sure it adds all the necessary details. So very simple, very straightforward, and it does what it's supposed to. All right, so like I promised, here's the prompt, and I will have this available for you. The link would be down in the description box below. Just a quick explanation as to how I create this prompt. I usually start with a basic prompt in whatever large language model that I'm using that day. Most often it's Gemini. And then, of course, I continue to prompt Gemini until I get a version of the app that I like, which is what I just shared with you. And what I do after that is prompt Gemini to create a prompt that I can use to replicate the web app. So that's usually how I get this. Because large language models are different and they don't always work 100%, it might not get you to the final destination. You may have to do one or two tweaks. And who knows, you might actually get something better than what I create. The last thing I wanted to do is show you what it looks like in my Gemini account so you can see the process that I went through. As you can see here, here is where I requested that it create a prompt for me to recreate this app. And as you can see here, here's the prompt that I started with. And here is the app. So open this up. So here's what the app looks like in my account. I didn't have to prompt it too much, honestly, because I started with a really good prompt to begin with, and I made a few changes here or there until it looked like this. All right, so that's where we're going to wrap up this video today. Like I said before, links will be in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.